accusations leveled against Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein came to light, Congresswoman Bernice Johnson, who represents the 30th Congressional District in Dallas, says she was disappointed in the man who was a big financial supporter of fellow Democrats in Washington. But she also believes women have a responsibility as well.
I grew up at a time when it was as much the woman's responsibility as the man's. How you addressed, what your behavior was. So I'm from the old school, that you can have behaviors that appear to be inviting. It can be interpreted as such. That's the responsibility, I think, of the female.
Congresswoman Johnson, who has been alive more than 8 decades, acknowledges she is from the old school, but insists her message is meant to empower women.
Do you think it's time to stop talking about what women are wearing in this conversation and talk instead about the power that some people have and the power that some people abuse?
I think we also need to start talking about the power that women have to control the situation. There's law enforcement. You can refuse to cooperate with that kind of behavior. I think that many times men get away with this because they're allowed to get away with it by the women. When you have an expectation that that might happen and that's how you got to do it to make it, that's a mental thing that has to change with the woman.
The sentiment is one Jan Langbine, CEO of Genesis Women's Shelter and Support in Dallas, has heard over 30 years of working with women in crisis. And it's the reason, she says, many fear coming forward.
It's a lot easier for society to blame a victim and wash our hands of it. The cure to this will be really hard work. It will be changing opinions and changing society ideas of what power can do and not do, and holding people accountable.
Langbine says the research shows sex crimes aren't about sex, but rather power and control. And questioning what a victim was wearing or doing may come from a place of looking for a simple fix for a problem that isn't simple at all.
I think reasonable people want to try to figure out a reasonable answer for why something like this happens.